walks around without being shady. Who knows her values? Who's gone through trials? Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist. Ladies, can you feel me? That cinnamon twist. That cinnamon twist.
Welcome, welcome. This is Your Girl Tasha. Let's try this again. Welcome, welcome, welcome. This is Your Girl Tasha, known to the world as a Tasha Carpenter, but everybody calls me Your Girl Tasha because when you hang with me, it's like you are hanging with your girl. And today in the studio, we have a famous person over here. Miss Dr. Brenda T. Bradley is hanging with Your Girl Tasha in the studio, and I'm going to let her tell you a little bit about herself.
Oh, well, hello, everyone. I am Dr. Brenda Bradley. I have had a remarkable life and a career that has taken many turns, from being a U.S. service member in the Air Force to a certified health coach today. One of the things I will say about myself is I enjoy serving others. But after struggling many years ago with health issues, I made the switch to a plant-based lifestyle. This lifestyle I give much credit to for getting my life back, so to speak. And so today I'm here to discuss more about a plant-based lifestyle with my girl Tasha.
Hey, look, she act like she a professional. She is a professional there, guys. So look, everybody has seen on my page, you're the author of this wonderful book,
I Feel Good.
I Feel Good. Okay, and the reason why you feel good is because look, guys, we were cutting up before the show because I told y'all know how I am. I don't care if I say a word right, but I knew to say vegan and not vegan, and she's like, girl, please don't say vegan, okay? But we're talking about being a vegan here today and what it can do for you. So some people may think that it's just about eating vegetables or something. Can you explain to them what it actually means to be a vegan?
Okay, well, sure. But let me say this first. When I first made the switch to this plant-based lifestyle, I didn't know that there was a difference between vegan and vegetarian. I thought vegan was short for vegetarian. However, the difference is this. When a person tells you that they are vegan, and we're going to keep it in terms of food, what they're saying is that they do not eat or consume any animal products, eggs, milk, or cheese, or any meat. That includes fish as well. Whereas a vegetarian might say, hey, I'm a vegetarian, but I don't eat meat. But what that person is saying to me is that they do eat something that is from the animal kingdom, whether it's an egg or some milk or cheese. So that is the difference.
Okay, and I heard some people before have said that they thought that vegan just still dealt with not eating anything that was from a slaughtered animal. But eggs and cheese is not necessarily the animal is alive. Mm-hmm. So some people think it's okay to do that.
Some people do. And there are many reasons why people do embrace this lifestyle. It could be for ethical reasons, for cultural, for even religious, but the reason that I became a vegan was for my health. So when I just made the decision to take out anything from the animal, including eggs, milk, and cheese, including meat, and that was worked for me.
Okay, so that kind of touched on you did it for your health. So
I did.
Can you share with me about how did this 21-day vegan challenge come about?
Sure, I can. So imagine going from 160 pounds to 236 pounds almost overnight. That was my story.
Was it from pregnancy?
No.
Okay.
No, not at all. It was from me thinking that I was eating healthy food and it was getting bigger and bigger and not understanding what it was about. So not only did I gain a lot of weight and was 236 pounds, but I also was diagnosed with high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I dealt with depression, and I was pre-diabetic. Ooh. So I tried any and everything, but nothing was working for me. So I made the decision. I had heard about a plant-based lifestyle, so I made the decision to switch. And Tasha, when I tell you it was the best decision, it was the best decision, because when I decided to make the switch, I decided to give up meat during Lent season. So that's when you make a sacrificial offering to give up something for 40 days. So I said, you know what, I'm going to give up meat.
All right.
And then animal byproducts just for 40 days. That's it.
Okay.
After the 40 days, I had lost 33 pounds.
Shut your mouth. 33 pounds.
33 pounds, and I could not believe it. I was so excited. And so over the course of time, I really wanted to go and share, but I really didn't fully understand the lifestyle myself. So what I did was, for maybe 2 or 3 years, I went back to school to learn about nutrition, learn about my body. And then what I found out, Tasha, was that food could be a weapon for my body or a weapon against my body. So some of the food that I thought was really healthy, I really, really did. It was working against me.
Wow.
So knowing that this helped me so much, I said, I need to put something together, because when I made the transition, I couldn't find anybody to help me. And I was making mistakes after mistakes. So I said, let me put something together so that I can be there, hold your hand, guide you for 21 days. I will be there every step of the way.
You hear that? She'll be there every step of the way. And guys, look, I love my audience. I see y'all got questions popping up already. We got people helping to answer questions. They want to know whether or not you can do almond milk while you're a vegan. And Jean Mott Shelby said, yes, I drink almond milk. And Natasha said, you're right. It can be a weapon against you. But this is the main thing, guys. Remember to share. Go down to the left side and share this on your page. Remember to invite people on the page, because we're sharing information with you that can help extend people's lives,
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
Naturally help extend people's lives. So this is very important that we get this information out, and I beg you to just share, and invite. And remember too, y'all typing so much in the little chat, I may or may not see your comment, but you can always call in on 301-429-9247 and ask your question. Somebody drop that in the comments for me. 301-429-9247. Okay, so you talked about how it helped improve your life. What are some of the actual benefits? Because I saw a lady who was did a testimonial on, I don't know, I was on your webpage or something, but she talked about that she has lupus. And how it changed her life by going on your challenge. So what are benefits of the 21-day vegan challenge?
Okay, well, some of the health benefits is, well, number one, energy. You will get all this energy that comes out of nowhere. Mental clarity, no more brain fog, better skin, regular body movements, or bowel movement, I should say. And even for those women that are dealing with the monthly friend, you might even cut some of that out, that cramping. And even when it comes to the menopause, that it helps to ease that. So there are a lot of health benefits that are associated with. And of course, you're going to lose the weight. I mean, that's a given. You're going to lose the weight. That's without a doubt.
Okay, guys, so she said it's going to help you go to the bathroom, and that's very important, because if y'all don't know, disease starts in the gut.
Yes.
And we got to get that stuff up out of us, because it's sitting up in there doing some crazy stuff to you, and all the other wonderful benefits. Yes, 301-429-9247. Thank you, Natasha. That is absolutely the second number is right. Thank you, Charlene. Natasha had a typo there, but that's a fat finger. Yes, that's the number, 301-429-9247. So what exactly does your challenge consist of?
Oh, that's
starving.
No, you must eat.
Who gets full on vegetables?
Oh, okay. So let me tell
Look, I'm just acting like one of the regular people that be like, what? Okay, I'm going to starve. I can't do that, Dr. Bradley. I don't have the mental thing. My stomach, I love the taste of meat. I just can't do that.
I was the same way. After the 40 days, I said, okay, what am I doing? What am I going to do? Because surely I'm not, for the rest of my life, now the weight was coming off, but still, in your mind, you're like, what am I going to eat? Surely I'm not going to sit here and eat fruit, grains, nuts, legumes, and vegetables for the rest of my life. So I was kind of like, what do I do?
Once you get into your bikini, you're going to put that hot dog back in your mouth.
Yes, once I got into my 2-piece. So what I did was I started Googling. Like I told you, I didn't have anyone to help me or whatever. And I went to some classes. There were some vegan cooking classes. And when I went to one in particular, I was very surprised at what the young lady said is, just remove the unhealthy ingredients and replace it with healthier ingredients. And so what happened, I was like, okay, the lady has signed. So now I'm going to go home. I'm going to play around in the kitchen because I still need to eat some greens and cornbread and apple pie. I still need to eat pancakes. I still need to eat spaghetti. I need to eat all these foods so that I can feel full, so that I can still hang out with my friends and all of that. So there is plenty to eat. And let me just mention it right now. That's what happened with my cookbook. Kale, yeah, it's good. No meat necessary.
She cussing in the studio. She said, "Kale, yeah, y'all. Kale, yeah." She just don't know. Your girl Tasha, y'all know how I am. Kale, yeah. Okay.
Yes. So there is a lot of food that's out there. What happens is that we are so conditioned in our other life. Well, let me say me. I was so conditioned. There was only certain foods that I was eating. I didn't realize that there was so much more, but now I know. And these foods that I'm eating, they are actually working for me.
All right. Now, guys, I know that y'all can tell that she is a subject matter expert in her lane right here. But what we're going to do right now is, you saw on the flyer, we have 3 other guests that are here that's going to come in here because we don't want to just listen to Dr. Bradley. I want to know somebody else that has done this thing and they're still alive and they didn't die from not eating meat. So we're going to break to a commercial right now, and when we come back on the flip side, you're going to see 3 additional beautiful ladies joining us here on the panel. So stay tuned and stay here. I am a single mother. Now, after a 20-year marriage, that was in for 10 years too long. But finding Vida Divina has allowed me to maintain and provide for them and start a whole new life after I got out of that marriage. I would not be able to survive without it. Vida Divina, well, it's so many things. It's not even about the money. It's about the people, how I see it's helping people. Provides a platform that allows the average person, because I'm an average person, to actually succeed if you put in the hard work for it. You got to work for it. It's not about microwave success. Most of us have no experience. I'm not like most of the other leaders in the company. I don't have any experience, but this company has allowed me to produce an extra income based on the work that I put in. To me, that means my daughter is about to go on to college. The ability to not have her having the student loans hanging over her head to help my son pay off the student loans that he has. The fact that I have 28 years with my current company. I get to retire in 2 years. And unlike some of my coworkers, I'm not going to be forced to stay there. I see that Vida Divina is going to allow me to have the opportunity to walk out that door and not be stuck there like so many other people I see in my company. I have people on the team that I think of my lady Cheryl Brown, who never even did a fundraiser for her daughter, but she has allowed, this business has helped her come out of her shell as a person and be successful. So it's just about the way it helps people and the way it's allowed me to provide for my family. Vida Divina, it absolutely changed my life. Like I said, I was in a marriage for 20 years. I could not walk away, even though I knew it wasn't right for me, because I was scared that I could not succeed on my own. I wouldn't be able to provide for my children. One of my first achievement in this company that meant a lot to me was the fact that my son was in college, and from one check, I was able to, and look, I'm proud, I was able to buy my son a used car. And I tell everybody all the time, I bought him a hoopty. And I'm proud that I bought him a hoopty, because for 3 years of his college, his father and I together couldn't do it. But Vida Divina allowed me to change a lot of no's to yeses. It's the place to be. The products we have, changing people's lives, the leadership that's provided. I just can't, all I can do is say it's something great. I know that I'm going to be here. Many people try to deter you, but I feel it. I know that there's something great that's going to come out of this company. And being authentic, look, it's on my earrings, bam, being authentically me. I be authentic. I don't worry about competing with anyone else. I only look at myself, and I take accountability for what I put in. I pace myself at the pace that I need to be. So that's what it is. Consistency. It doesn't allow anyone to deter me. I don't care what's going on with everyone else. I know that this is, like I said, it's going to lead to something great for me and many others.
And don't hunt. And look at, the green is not on.
Welcome back. So if y'all heard the talking during the commercial, that was Dr. Bradley talking too early, but I'm not a snitch, so I would never say that. But welcome back to Hanging with Your Girl Tasha, where you hang with me because it's like hanging with your girl. I just keep it real. So we have 3 additional wonderful guests in the studio, and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves to you guys.
Hi everyone, I'm Dr. Tiffany Taft, the Executive Director of Sacred Soul Wellness, a lifestyle company.
I am Denise Thrash, and I am a realtor in the Washington, D.C. metropolitan area.
Great evening, everybody. It's Rosemary Hill, and I am a Deputy Director of a Contracting Office for the government. Hey!
All right. So, like I said before, the other side, because we're back on the other side of the commercial, I wanted to talk to other people who have done this 21-day vegan challenge, okay, and see what their experiences were. So, ladies, just tell me, y'all all are still breathing.
Yes.
Okay. I think that Dr. Brenda said one of the positive things is that your skin looks natural and looks good. And I think that all you are beautiful. So at this moment, just go ahead and share with the audience, how did you find out about the 21-day vegan challenge, and what was your experience, good and bad? Because if y'all sit up here and act like everything was okay, I am not going to believe you.
So I'll start. Honestly, I don't even remember how I found Dr. Bradley, but I say it was divine intervention because I met her at a time in my life where I literally my body was aching and I felt like something was just out of whack and I needed to do something about my diet. And so when she introduced me to the 21-day vegan challenge, it was literally, I'll say, life-changing for me. And I've actually done it twice, and I'm about to do her next one that's coming up. For me, it was definitely, like I said, a life-changing experience. I literally pulled everything out of my diet and went cold turkey and went straight to vegan. Now, having said that, I also had a major breakdown in the grocery store when I had to read all the labels and literally, something that would literally take me 30 minutes to grab everything, 2 hours, and I'm reading and there was nothing in my basket. And I was like, I can't do it, I have to come back. So, needless to say, that grocery shopping trip was a total fail, and I was like, maybe I need to reconsider, but I'm so hungry. And so, so I just stuck with the basics, right? So I just went with fruits and veggies. That was really easy. And then I said no meat, no bread, no sugar, none of that, because literally I felt like I could stick a pin in me and explode. And that was the best thing that I could have done for myself. And so walking through that 21 days was life transforming. And literally within the first 3 to 5 days, I'll say, I had more energy. So I did go through a little detox period initially where I felt really tired and sluggish and bad. And I was like, oh, this is a really bad idea. But by day 5, for sure, I had more energy. I was sleeping well. My body, actually, physically, I felt better. And I was like, I can do this. And then I did make another trip to the grocery store. I was better prepared, and I was able to get my all of my ingredients for the stuff.
So being a vegan is stressful. That's all I heard. It's stressful. All right, who's next?
Okay. Denise Thrash. I met Dr. Bradley being a client of mine. I bought and sold, found and sold her house. But I had, during our going and viewing houses, I had gotten a phone call from my daughter who was having some health issues. And the health issues led to her becoming diabetic. So I had, shared that information with Dr. Bradley because you become friends with the person that you're out doing such a serious situation like buying a house. So I shared with her the information, unbeknownst to me that I had no idea that she was a health coach. And she said, well, listen, this is not like a do or die situation. We can get her fixed, and I promise you, if she take my 21-day vegan challenge program, she said within 30 days, her doctor's report is going to be really good. So I said, oh, okay. And she said, and besides, Denise, you could stand to lose a few pounds yourself.
Ooh, go ahead, Dr. Bradley.
She did. She said, you can stand to lose a few pounds yourself. So I did it. So I told her, I said, so how much is this program? And then I said, first of all, tell me it's not one of these programs that I'm going to be on. And if you don't maintain the program, you're going to, bounce up to like 50 gazillion pounds. And she's like, no, it's not like that. She said, I'm going to remove the bad and I'm going to replace it with good.
Yes.
And I said, okay. So I wound up doing the challenge with my daughter, to be supportive and everything. But the best thing was, and I have to go back to Dr. Taff on this, I'm driving. I'm a realtor, so I'm out late at night all the time and hardly ever have food. I'm always hungry, and she gets on me about always being hungry. So I'm riding around and I'm thinking, I'm passing every Wendy's, Popeyes, every fast food chain you can think of, and all I can do is smell the grease. I can smell the grease, and so I get on the phone. Now I'm like day 15. So I get on the phone. I said, Dr. Brenda, let me tell you something. If you don't tell me something to eat, I'm going to go to Wendy. She's like, no, don't go get that. Don't go get that. She said, where are you? So I told her exactly where I was. I said, I'm in Silver Hill Road in XYZ. And she said, okay, there's a Shoppers Food Warehouse. Go there. And I was like, oh, Lord, she going to give me. I said, okay, I'm going. So I went into the grocery store, and she said, go down this aisle and get this. I forget exactly what she told me to get, but whatever she told me to get, it sustained me. But in the meantime, I still had to walk past the chicken that was being prepared, and the baked chicken they had in the grocery store. I still had to walk past that, and then they have it sitting at the aisle at the grocery lane when you're leaving out at the checkout. They had chicken there, so I did wind up getting, I think it was fruit and nuts and some crackers that she asked me to get, and that actually sustained me all night, and I was okay. And outside of the few little things that I had to endure of not having any chicken and all of those other things, I survived.
Denise was stressed too. She went through withdrawal. She was shaking. She just didn't mention it. Okay. And Miss Rosemary.
Great evening again. It's me, Rosemary. So my journey with Dr. Bradley, and I call it a journey. I don't remember exactly, kind of like Dr. Tiffany said, it was divine intervention. The journey for me began just through the introduction, and I think it was probably Facebook that I learned about the 21-day vegan challenge. For me, I think I was different from most of the other challengers because I really didn't have any health issues. Thank God I didn't have any weight issues. I served in the military for a number of years, and I just always liked to be healthy. So everything, just eat healthy, stay healthy. And so it was a challenge. For me, it was just truly a challenge that I set out on to do. And I did not know that I was going to encounter the things that I encountered. So me just trying to be, oh yeah, I could do that challenge. I could do this. No health issues. It came at a time when, unfortunately, one of my relatives, my aunt, she had cancer, and I had to go home during my challenge. It was in November, it was around Thanksgiving time, right before that. And similar to Denise and Tiffany, I had an issue because I was in the home of all of my aunts and family members, and they were in the kitchen throwing down. They were cooking up greens and chicken and you name it, and they were cooking it. And I'm smelling all of this food, and I'm like, okay. So I went upstairs to the bedroom, and Dr. Bradley, I'm sure she remember, I said, they're downstairs cooking. What am I going to do? So she asked me about Whole Foods. She said, is there a Whole Foods around or any place you can go? And I said, yes. So I did go to the store. One thing I like about the journey, as I call it, is not just a challenge, but it's a journey. Dr. Bradley was there all the way. She told us each day on Facebook what we would encounter, and those things came to pass. So in terms of how we would feel that day, by day 5 you should be experiencing this, and it was so. All those things that she said, she's very experienced, and she knows exactly what's going on with the challenger. So I appreciated that, the determination, the way that each challenger encouraged one another. So we would post foods, we would tell each other how we were struggling in certain areas, and so she would always be there to give us that that, hey, this is what you can do. So again, I like the fact that she wasn't removing but replacing. At the end of the challenge, I will say, I broke down because I lost 5 pounds. And of the challengers, I had to get over. Yeah, I was stressed about my 5 pounds, but I love all the things that I learned about the various foods that I was eating. That although I was this person that looked healthy, that some of the foods that I was eating was not good for me. So in terms of the title, I feel good. I do feel good. I really do. So it's a journey. I took the challenge twice, and I plan on taking the challenge. I introduced all my family and friends to I Feel Good and to the 21-day vegan challenge still, and sometimes I'll take it with them. If not, if I encourage them to get on a call, I'll get on a call with them and just kind of dialogue with them and say, hey, how did you enjoy it? Because it's not just a lose weight deal, it's a lifestyle. So for me, the journey continues and I love it. So thank you, Dr. Bradley.
Anytime.
Wow. So we hearing in the group, I see people sharing. You're saying it's a great show. I thank you, each and every person who's sharing. Brandy Nicole Brooks Harris says, look at my sister. I know that's right. She says, you looking pretty good there. We have Andre Johnson checking in saying, you know what, you can get vegan chicken, tuna salad, egg salad, and surprisingly, it's good. Try Morningstar products. Now, Andre Johnson, I know that you're the one that loved that burnt hot dog on the grill, so don't even try to make us think that you're just doing vegan, but you know what, you could do this 21-day challenge coming up. Remember, if you guys want to call in, the phone number to dial in is 301-429-9247. So, Dr. Tiff, I hear you talking about that grocery store experience. So my question for all of you guys is, some people believe that doing vegan means that you have to spend a whole lot of extra money when it comes to buying your groceries. So what is your experience with your budget and your pocket because you decided to take this challenge?
For me, it wasn't, I wasn't buying the meat. So that big chunk of money that I would have spent on meat, I used it mostly in produce.
You sport that much meat?
Well, I mean, you know, you go to the grocery store and you're buying meat for 2 weeks, 3 weeks. That's a lot of money.
Wow. Okay. Ladies, everybody's chime in.
And for me, I think, so to be totally transparent, yes. Initially, because I had to literally replace everything in my refrigerator and my cupboards. So, yeah, initially it was a little pricey. But once you get into the habit of buying the right or the foods that are going to serve you better, then no, it just like Rose or Denise said, thank you. If you were a big meat eater, that can be a huge chunk of your budget right there, and you're just replacing it with healthier alternatives. And that doesn't, just because you're vegan, there is a vegan option for everything that you eat. And I know people talk about taste and lack thereof, and I don't want to eat grass and dirt and whatever you guys come up with. But there are tasty alternatives to everything that's offered.
Well, I would say, and through my learnings from Dr. Bradley, thank God I did not have to spend money on the health costs associated with buying those types of foods. So although you don't spend the money now, or either you spend the money now or you'll spend it in a different way, and you have to be cognizant of that. It's not just what you're putting in the cart. What about that copay that you have to pay because you have high blood pressure? So those doctor bills, you have to kind of offset that and see what those price points are. So really, you save money over time, and it does take some getting used to. It's just like if somebody wanted to go natural with their hair. They try different products until they get it right? So, I mean, why can't we do that with our health? And, I mean, we're good enough cooks. We can season things to taste and make sure that it's the way we want it. So, and there's a lot of things out there now. One of the things that Dr. Bradley teaches is over the years, the cost of eating healthy has gone down because of the competition. Years before when she did it, it wasn't that many stores around. So now we have so many various different stores we can go to compare prices. So, and we even have apps now that help us in the store to see whether it's a totally plant-based product. Yes. So
Okay. Did they leave anything for you to say? I thought you was a professional.
Well, that just shows that it's a
She's
program
a great mentor
that educates and lets you know it's not a program where I say, well, here you go, Dr. Taft, call me back after 21 days.
Yeah.
But I will add to that, like Rosemary said, when I first started to transition, there was only one store that I would go to, or I could go to. But now that there's a lot of competition out there, now there are other stores that carry these foods, so it makes it not as expensive as it was before. So I will say that.
Okay, so Miss Jackie Bester, I think you're just tuning in. Her question was, if you go all the way vegan, can I have seafood? Now, we spoke to that earlier, but since you're late, we're going to go ahead and let the ladies answer the question.
If it has a mother
or father.
no.
Leave it alone.
If it has a mother or a father, leave it alone. All right, night. Hello. Okay. If it has a mother or a father, Lord have mercy. Okay. So, what? Somebody's talking about mindset. What type of mindset does a person have to? How often do you find people that fall off the boat? They don't stay on the challenge, or they maybe did, and then you start and have to restart.
I was a repeat offender. As Dr. Bradley calls me, I was a repeat offender.
I call her a repeat offender.
Because I love, talk about I feel good. I feel good when I'm eating chicken. So it was a journey to but, you know, God loves me. So there is a plant-based chicken and it's good. And now I feel better.
All right now.
So much better.
So speaking of your books that you have here, do you want to give some information about how they would be able to attain these wonderful books? But y'all just know this is a cuss book right here. It's called Kel Yeah. That's gonna be my new word, Kel Yeah.
Hell yeah.
And I feel good. So if they want to order these books, so how do they go and order it, or how do they reach you?
Okay, they can go to my website. The website is www.drbtbradley.com. It went green.
What went green?
drbtbradley.com.
What went green? It's right over there.
Oh, okay.
Look, she up here trying to follow these cameras. I told her, don't worry about those cameras. She said, my that red green. The other one is red, okay?
Oh.
They just switching on the position, baby.
Okay, there it is.
Okay, switching on the position.
Okay, how they get the book is go to the website, drbtbradley.com, and it's on the website.
Yes, Natasha, is that absolutely a growing trend, and we have a lot more options. Guys, remember to call in. Don't be shy. 301-429-9247. I do not want somebody calling here during the last 5 minutes, because you know during the last 5 minutes I don't have time to be going over my show. So you need to call in now. So we have a question from Jackie Young saying, can you... Okay, guys, y'all see me doing this on the camera? We have a visitor in the studio today, and if he keep on flying in my face, y'all gonna see me get up and go get a fly swatter, okay? So don't pay attention to your girl Tasha. Jackie Young says, can you recommend some good supplements to help you stay healthy and get the proper amount of protein? I believe, because I can't see the rest of this comment here. It should be protein because the thing is acting up. Ladies, or Dr. Bradley?
Well, there are two supplements that I normally, round about the second week of the challenge, I mentioned that's very important. And I always say make sure you check with your doctor as well. And those supplements are vitamin D and vitamin B12. One of the questions that I get asked all the time is, you know, like this young lady said, we cutting out protein. Actually, I did not cut out any protein, and no one is cutting out any protein because protein, we're getting our protein from the same place that some of the other animals get their protein. So just think about it for just a moment. Where does the cow or the gorilla or the deer or the elephant, these strong animals do not eat meat, so where are they getting their protein? So they're getting their protein from the plant, so we're getting our protein. I'm probably getting more protein than the average meat eater on a daily basis is getting. So what I would encourage you, Jackie Young, is to join the 21-Day Vegan Challenge, and I will teach you all of this, and you will eat. You must eat. You're going to eat at least 6 times a day.
That's my cousin, so I'm expecting to see you there.
Woo! Doctor
Calling you out.
Dr. Tiff has called you out. And Jackie, I'm going to call you out too. And to anybody else, if y'all got to write a novel and I got to hit Seymour to get the comment and fight with my iPad, you need to be calling in here on this phone on 301-429-9247. Okay? So, yes, Natasha said, yes, educate us on protein. I think they've already answered your question with that. So you talked about you're going to join. Okay, you talked about doing the challenge and not doing the challenge and going back. So do you stop? Are you saying that you stop being vegan for a while, then go back to being vegan?
No.
What is it? Why are we going back and forth? Is the challenge something? Is it more than the regular vegan time? I mean, stage. You don't got me back, so I don't even know what to ask the question.
So the challenge, the 21-day vegan challenge, I completed the challenge. I did not break away from it. It's after the challenge is over. You want to go back and you're like, yes, can I have that thing I've been longing for, or that thing you loved before? So that's my repeat offending, like between. But this being a journey for me, I didn't really like get down on myself and say, oh man, I messed up. It's just, it's a process. I mean, for most things, especially when you're determined to make it a lifestyle, it's a process. So you're going to have those questions. So my thing is, for the young lady that was asking about protein, I never asked about protein before until I had to be faced with, what am I eating and why am I eating that? So now you're becoming more in tune and you want to educate yourself about what you're eating. But before, I never asked that question. I don't know if I was getting enough protein when I was eating all the stuff I was eating.
Right.
So now it's kind of just enlightening to see the questions that people have.
So back to the beginning part, we got a question saying, what actually is the difference, besides you don't eat anything that has a mother or father, between vegan and vegetarian?
So a vegan is someone who removes all meat, including fish, and egg, milk, and cheese from their diet. So they're not touching anything. Whereas a vegetarian, you might meet someone that says, hey, Tasha, I'm a vegetarian, I don't eat meat. So what that person is saying is they are still consuming something from the animal, whether it's eggs, milk, or cheese. So that is the difference.
Thank you for checking her, Natasha. Yes, that question had already been answered. If you dial in on time, if you log in on time, you would not have to revisit it, so you could hit the replay. I love my viewers. Yes, Vita Divina products are vegan, with the exception of the capsules. You're right. Okay, we got all kind of questions coming up in here. Okay, so when is your next challenge?
The next challenge is September 10th. Whenever there's a challenge, I make sure it doesn't fall on a holiday or run into a holiday. So the next challenge starts September the 10th. And let me tell you, you had asked a question, what comes with the challenge? What does it consist of?
Absolutely.
So with the challenge, what you will receive written instructions, including a video of me that was emailed to you. You would also receive a 21-day meal plan to take all the guesswork out, a shopping list, a copy of the cookbook would come as well. You would also get a chart that's a remove and replace to say remove this and replace it with this. That'll help you out as well. I have a private Facebook page called Hope, Helping Other People Evolve, which the young ladies were speaking of. Everyone is in that group, and that's where you'll find me during the 21 days as I help to coach you along the way. Okay. So you have unlimited access to me.
Okay, so is there a fee associated with this?
There is a fee associated with it, and that fee is $139. The normal price is $249, but I'm able to keep it at that low price of $139 for the entire, and nothing else other than that, other than you going to the grocery store shopping.
Okay.
And that is the cost.
Awesome. You know, she's not buying your groceries. She's not buying your groceries. So ladies, what have you found that, did any of you have illnesses at the beginning that you could speak to, your testimonies about how your illnesses or conditions improved because of this lifestyle change?
I didn't, but my daughter, she had a excellent improvement.
Okay.
She was borderline, she was diabetic going in, and they're taking her off of all of her medications.
Well, all right. That's a blessing in itself.
Yes.
That's a blessing. And I did not as well, but I will say I'll have a self-diagnose something. So I had total body inflammation, meaning my body physically hurt. I was in pain, like bed sheets, clothes, someone touching me, it hurt.
Would it be like fibromyalgia?
Yes, that's what I equated it to, the signs and symptoms of that. And I was extremely tired, which is why I went the extreme and removed everything out of my diet and just tried to stay pretty much raw until I engaged with Dr. Bradley and became more educated in terms of what foods and how to cook them would work best for me.
Okay.
I would say for me, I didn't have any health issues, as I stated before. What I like about the the collaboration of the co-authors is Dr. Bradley masterminded this thing to give you a perspective from so many different views of people, whether they had health issues or no health issues. For me, I can probably speak to the clarity in terms of decision making and just the lemon water in the morning, some simple things that it just went a long way for me. So I could say from a emotional and mental standpoint, there was some clarity there. And then to regain that power back in terms of what am I eating and why am I eating. So we always want to go back to school to get more degrees. We want to go to the gym so we can look good on the outside, but then educating yourself about what you're eating, that's pretty powerful. So I just like the empowerment of that by itself. So
I'm sorry I laughed while you were talking, but I'm laughing at this Sharon James who says, I don't know if I can part with my cheese, my butter, or my eggs. And she put the little crying face and the wild face and the laughing face. She just got all kind of emotions thinking about giving up this cheese, butter, and eggs. Is there some...
Sharon, yes, you can. There's an alternative for it all. I grew up in the South, and so literally, I mean, trips home for the holidays, oh my God. When I tell you I had to detox when I came back to Virginia from a trip home, and I was only there like 4 or 5 days, but it was just a total disaster. But over the years, I mean, it's gotten better. So now, you know, it's a bit more balanced when I go home, and I'm way more in tune to, you know, what they have on the table and what's gonna serve me. And if I eat my traditional, oh God, turkey dressing and all of that stuff, I know I'm gonna pay for it. So, but there are alternatives to all of that stuff that you mentioned and more, and it tastes good. It doesn't taste like paper.
So Iola, I don't know if you came in late, but Denise did share that her daughter was diabetic, and now she's about to be taken off of all her medicine. So the answer to your question is yes, this is something that you could do as a diabetic. Now, something that I know from also doing health and wellness too is that sometimes you go to your doctor because you hear this wonderful idea, and when you get to your doctor's like, oh, you don't want to do that. Okay, I just want to remind you guys that it's called a doctor's practice for some reason. They want to practice on you. It's big business. They trying to get the money, like we already talked about with the co-pays and all the other kind of stuff. So I always encourage people, no matter what it is, you got to practice on yourself sometimes. So yes, this is something that a diabetic can do. And Miss Wanda Adams said Akil has some very yummy recipes. What would you guys say is like your favorite recipe that you've had? Thank you for giving me a question, Wanda. What is like your favorite recipe that you now fell in love with since you gave up your chicken? What has replaced your chicken as your favorite recipe?
Really short. My kids took part in the challenge, so I had them to make one of the recipes.
How old?
But they're kind of young adults. But during the time, I mean, it was still a challenge in itself to try to get them into this thing, right? Because family can be like, oh, what are you eating and why are you eating that? Yeah, you're trying to. But they actually took one of the recipes. So my son did the kale chips, where he did the olive oil and the peppers and put it in the oven, and that almost became the popcorn now. So it was really good. But my favorite is not from the sea tuna. That's my favorite. So it's quick, a quick bite to eat, whether it be lunch thing or you just cooking something and you're eating it along the way. So that's mine.
All right.
Mine is the apple pie. Yes.
Oh apple pie.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Not from the sea tuna is mine, but the apple pie. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so are you baking an apple pie or is this a pre-bought apple pie?
No, then you baking this and the macaroni and cheese.
Yes.
That's mine.
Macaroni and cheese.
Okay, so hold on.
Okay.
So with the apple pie.
She's going back to the apple pie.
Apple pie
Dessert.
I mean, how do you change? Well, you just not using butter in the apple pie?
Yes, you're using butter.
Yes.
Vegan butter.
Yes.
There's the recipe.
We're replacing. Remember, we're not
replacing.
removing.
Right. The white sugar has become brown.
Okay, guys. Guys, get your pens out. This is real quick. You got 1 cup of yellow enriched cornmeal, 1 cup of all-purpose unbleached flour. Oh no, that's cornbread.
Cornbread is good too.
Your girl Tasha's making some cornbread right now. Look. I'm not even going to give you the apple pie recipe. You need to go to the website and get the book. No, you need to join the challenge so you can get the book for free. How about that? Okay. All right. Okay. She's talking about some apple pie over here. Not from the sea Tuna sounds very interesting.
It's good.
Mac and cheese.
The mac and cheese.
Yes. Because my mac and cheese from the South has like 4 or 6 different real cheeses.
Okay, so now you're using a fake cheese.
No, it's not.
It's
fake.
not fake. Alternative. And it still tastes very good.
Did
We're
y'all
actually
hear
using
that?
the real cheese.
Yeah,
Y'all
that's
have
good.
the fake cheese.
Did y'all hear that? They said the alternative
That's
cheese,
right.
the real cheese. That's like when I used to sell handbags, and people are like, are they knockoffs? No, they're designer inspired. Okay, so our alternative cheese guys here.
Cute.
So we got a question coming on here with Holly Cotton. She's asking, how is this helpful with autoimmune disorders? Do you have anything that you could share about how it helps people with autoimmune disorders?
Yes, I do. So basically, what we're doing, what I'm doing is introducing you to a plant-based lifestyle. And the majority of the foods that you will be eating is what I call living food. These are your natural foods, your vegetables, and your fruit. So what happens even on day 1 of the challenge, about the evening of the challenge, your body will begin to detox, as Dr. Taft mentioned. And if you're not aware and you don't know about detoxification, you might think, oh my goodness, I shouldn't have taken this challenge because now I feel sick. But some of the signs are you might get a headache, you might get sick to your stomach, flu-like symptom, just an overall blah feeling. However, what's happening is the body is waking up because you're now finally giving it what it needs, not what you want it to have, the chicken wings and all that stuff, but you're giving it what you want it, what it needs. And when that happens, it starts to push out those accumulated toxins that have been built up over years. And when that happens and the toxins are released in your bloodstream, then you start having those symptoms. But just hold on, like I said, 3 to 5 days, then you get this massive amount of energy. So after that, the body's going to keep still rebuilding. So if you have like that autoimmune disease or whatever that's going on, remember, the body is beginning to replace and fix itself. So it's going to start rebuilding those new cells. And as it starts to do that, that's what helps the disease to go away. Remember what you said, it starts where?
In the gut.
In the gut. So we're gonna replace that with healthier food. Now, I mentioned earlier that I had high blood pressure, high cholesterol. I was dealing with depression. Also, I was pre-diabetic. That was almost 7 years ago. But within 3 months of me going plant-based, I was taking off all my medication. Have not been on anything. Don't have anything. I go to the doctor probably twice a year just to have my blood levels checked.
All right, now don't y'all be trying to come from Your Girl Tasha because I said they eating some real cheese, okay? Don't be trying to come from me talking about vegan food is real, okay? That's all right. Ms. Wanda Adams said that with the challenge and exercise, she's down 1 pant size and 7 pounds lighter. Someone else said, Daya, and follow your heart cheese, earth balance butter, and salad dressings. Follow your heart.
Yeah, what those are names of brands, different brands of Daya cheese, Follow Your Heart, Earth Balance. These are all alternatives, healthier options that are made. None of it is coming from the animal. It's coming from the plants and the nuts.
Okay, Mr. Jarvis Bailey would like to know, how do you maintain when all around indulge heavily in eating meat and looks at you crazy as if you're eating unhealthy? How do you stay focused?
I would say for me, my family, who I thought would be most critical, was probably most helpful during that time when I was home in November. Nobody really side-eyed me, if you will. They all asked questions, which was good for me because if I was going to take on this challenge and this journey, I needed to be able to answer those questions and understand it for myself. So when I hear people ask questions to me, I just take it like, okay, I'll entertain it as best I can. But just holding, I mean, a lot of people think because you go out to eat, they're like, okay, well, yeah, you could just get a salad. It's like, it's so much more than a salad, this eating lifestyle, but that's what most people equate it to. So if everybody else is going to a seafood restaurant or a restaurant, that's probably what 95% of the group is going to eat. And a lot of times as a plant-based eater, people do leave you out. So one of the things is preparation. Before you go, if you know you're going to be going somewhere where it's not going to be plant-based food there, you need to eat before you go. Or like Dr. Bradley, get your little cooler refrigerator in your but preparation is key. So
So when you go to like a regular restaurant or outing with people, and if it's not a vegan restaurant, then
just don't. I don't bring attention to myself. I'll just eat before I go, and then that way I'll just get something light at that place, so it doesn't become a big to do.
Okay, then guys, don't y'all be like your girl Tasha. See, I've never tried to do the vegan thing, but I did try to do the healthy thing, and I tried to do it over across a holiday, right? So I said, okay, we're going to the cookout with the family and the kids, and my personal trainer at that time said, you can't eat this stuff. So I decided to get fancy, y'all. I went and I bought me a slicer. And I said, I'm gonna have these little fancy little cucumber slice on here. I'm gonna have the spiral and all this stuff, and I'm gonna just be like eating all this other kind of stuff. And I went right there. Y'all see that right there? I sliced off a part of my finger. I had to go to the store and get me. It wasn't beet juice on the salad. I had to go to the hospital and get me some stitches. So, be careful. Being a vegan could be dangerous.
No, it can't. No.
Hello, this is Your Girl Tasha. Please turn down your volume in the background. Aunt D, how are you?
I'm good.
All right, we getting feedback from you. I knew that you was going to call in. What's your question, Aunt D, calling from Capitol Heights, Maryland?
Hi, Aunt D.
I don't have a question, but what I can say is, if I go out to a restaurant and people eat meat or whatever they want to eat, I have enough self-control. If I want a salad, I'll get a salad. And nobody, what they eating is not going to faze me one bit. I stop eating ice cream, cake, candy on my own. No sodas, no chips. It doesn't faze me.
All right, so I don't want to see you eating that extra dark burnt hot dog either. Come on the holiday.
Don't you know what? That's fine. I can do that too.
I'ma dangle the hot dog right in front of you. Love you. Thank you for calling in.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. So, I'm a mess. I'm gonna stay a mess, guys. Y'all know I'm not gonna change about that. Joseph James. Joseph, I'm trying to remember. You had a comment about, is there a juicing recipe that gives you energy? And he also wants to know, can you mix plant-based foods with bean-based foods?
Plant-based foods with bean-based food.
I'm just reading the question.
Yes, they're plants. They're plants. That's part of the plant kingdom. But yeah, as far as the juicing, there are a couple of recipes that are in the cookbook that for pre-workout and
post-workout. I'm sorry, I gotta interrupt you.
Oh.
Why did you hesitate so much to say, look, beans are plants to Joseph, when you said you went and told Denise that she need to lose some weight? What you hesitating on Joseph? Joseph not even here. You was all up in front of Denise talking about you need to lose some weight.
I didn't hesitate on him. I thought you might have read his question wrong.
Girl, I got my trifocals. I can see that.
I thought you. That's why I'm like, correct that.
Okay, no, that's what he said. Hey, Joseph. They're plants too, baby. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Went over my head.
You talk about the recipes with the juices.
Oh yeah, yes, there are juices
for energy.
For energy. As
yes.
Tiffany said. So yes, they are.
Okay.
Yes.
So, ladies, just anything that you could think of. What are some of the regular other questions that you might hear from people that you think they should know about in the audience?
Well, so one thing, it's not so much a question. I just want to encourage you, if you're seriously considering about doing the 21-day vegan challenge, I definitely believe that it will change your life. If you have some serious medical issues, make sure you're checking in with your physician. Don't stop any of your medications. Do this alongside of that, and let the doctor see how your health is improving and ask you the question, what are you doing? What's different? Your taste buds will definitely change. So some of the things that you normally would eat that were tasty for you, they will disgust you, or you'll have some kind of violent reaction to them because you're changing the whole chemistry now of your system by eating so much more.
A violent reaction?
Yes. That, and I'm not going to get graphic, but your body will do some things.
We'll let you know.
Yes.
It will let you know that you can't have it.
It'll talk to you.
It will talk to you.
Okay.
But it's well worth it. Once you make it through the challenge, you'll know how you need to adjust your own personal diet moving forward.
Yes.
James is on here still talking about that daggone bean and plant-based. He said they are different, and he put a laugh out loud there. James, when you get you a book and you've been doing this as long as Dr. Bradley, I might just listen to what you're saying, baby. And you could be up here on the show as a specialist yourself, too. The lady said it's all the same thing, okay? Do I have to Google it? I'm not going to Google it right now. Look, Holly, and that Holly question, John, triggers a question I've had in my head I was going to ask you about. She said, is soy a big ingredient in the recipes?
Well, I will say, they say a comment about soy. Soy is one of those ingredients that can be somewhat controversial. One minute you'll read about it, it's good for you. The next minute it's not good for you. So what I tell people, just like Dr. Taft says, sometimes you have to figure out what works for you. There are some soy products in there, but some of the soy products that I recommend, I've done the research on them, because just because it's soy doesn't mean all of them are the same. And so in the recipe book, and then there are options. You don't have to if you don't want to. So yes, to answer that question.
So that's what I was going to say, because I've heard a lot of people mention about how good Morning Star is. And some people say that when you buy some of these processed, I guess, vegan foods, that they're not good. So what is the viewpoint? How do you know which one is Morning Star brand good or not good, and anything else? Hold that question right here. Hold on. It's Hanging with Your Girl Tasha. Who's calling and where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Helder calling from Virginia.
Hey, Helder. Thank you for calling in. What's your question?
My question is that I have that I've been vegetarian for 15 years, and I tried the vegan, and I just want to ask the ladies, how it's hard to go from vegetarian to vegan. I think because I tried it like in holidays, and I tried to do the vegan meals and different stuff like that. So how can I make it easier for me to go from vegetarian to vegan?
That's interesting, because I normally get vegetarians that say it's easier for them to go vegan than the other way around. So that's quite interesting. One of the questions that I would ask, you said you've been a vegetarian for many years, but it's difficult for you during the holidays. Has there been any guidance? Have you been given any guidance or support while on your journey? Or
it's the hard part is giving up the milk and cheese. I tried the vegan cheese, and I like child, but it didn't work well with macaroni and cheese.
Your throat was itching from using that one? Is that what you just said? Repeat what you just said, Helder.
I said I tried the child with the macaroni and cheese, but it didn't work as much with the macaroni and cheese. So it's it's hard for me to give up milk and the cheese.
do you know several milk alternatives that are available that's out there? For example, almond milk, cashew, oat, rice, hemp. Do you know about those alternatives?
I've done the almond milk. I get along with almond milk. I like the almond milk. It's just I drink the almond milk, but I guess it's control that I need to have, because if I drink the almond milk, but I still go back to regular milk because it's brought in the house.
So it's definitely a mindset that you have to get into, and a commitment that you're making, right, for the lifestyle change. And that's not to say that give yourself some grace and forgiveness, right? So maybe it's doing it one meal at a time. Get your breakfast situation squared away, and then you move on to lunch and dinner, as opposed to trying to do it the complete thing across the board. That may be too much and becomes overwhelming. And then as far as the ingredients, if you can't pronounce the stuff on the back, then you shouldn't be eating it.
Okay, so Helda, I'm sorry, I'm going to have to cut you off because we're running out of time here, but I encourage you that we will have the information. Dr. Bradley website is on the screen right now, www.drbtbradley.com, Bradley, not Ly, and her information and her number is on there. And I see there's another call coming in, but oh my God, guys, it's the end of the show. Let me try to pick you up. Thank you.
You said it was gonna happen.
It's Your Girl Tasha. You got like 20 seconds. Who is calling and where are you calling from?
Yes, my name is Marla West, and I am calling from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Hey, Michigan in the house.
Oh, I feel good.
What's your question, Marla? Because we're at the end of the show, and I told these ladies that an hour was not going to be enough, and we were probably going to have to do a part 2 later on. But what's the question you have, sweetie?
So I basically had a comment, and I totally agree with Dr. Bradley. So right now I am a pescatarian, and I've been doing this almost for 2 weeks, and I do notice that there is a difference when you're eating cheese, because I noticed, I'm 29 years old, and I notice now, when I used to eat dairy, like cheese, I was okay with cheese, but now, it's like when I eat cheese now, I notice that my stomach starts to cramp. I'm not feeling good, so right now I just like been staying away from the dairy products and the cheese. And I'm so excited because I would love to do this challenge for me to transition to become a vegetarian, a vegan.
All right, that sounds good.
A vegan, not a vegetarian.
And not a vegetarian.
That's right.
That's wonderful. Well, they're looking to see you on the challenge, and I thank you so much for calling in. We got people saying, please do a part 2. Thank you, love. Michigan in the house. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so, like, we are, like, out of time, probably a little bit over, but I'm going to say this, is that Your Girl Tasha, I know that Natasha down in South Carolina already said that she would join me. Some of you guys saw my live earlier. By the way, if y'all want to interact with me outside of hanging with Your Girl Tasha, send me a friend request on Facebook. Latasha, Latasha Carpenter, Carpenter. On my live, Natasha said that she would join me in the 21-day challenge. So, ladies, we will go ahead and do that on the next one. I think it's a little bit easier because Trinity's not here, but I don't know. She's talking about a repeat offender. If I get the shakes, it's a done deal, okay? If I get the shakes, it's a done deal. So everybody is saying that it's a great show. They really appreciate the information that you shared, that you guys shared with them. And I just want to say I thank you guys for coming in, and we will have to come back. So because I'm doing the 21-day challenge, of course we got to come back and do a part 2. So I'm already booked up, you guys know, at least until November. When that 21 days going to end?
The same month, September 30th.
And you'll still be alive.
September 30th is going to end?
The 10th, the 30th, 21
Guys,
days.
I'm sorry, Your Girl Tasha is popular, and I'm booked up until November already because in October, those political people are coming on, the candidates and stuff. So we'll have to set a date to come back in November to let y'all know if Your Girl Tasha made it and those who joined us. If the show ends, it's all their fault because I'm no longer breathing. So, anywho, I just want to say thank you to you ladies. I enjoyed it. So much information. Okay, and we will see you next Monday. Don't even start me lying about who's coming on the show next Monday. Is that the holiday?
Yes.
Your Girl Tasha is going to run a repeat. For the first time, I'm going to take off on the holiday, guys, so I can go ahead and get this burnt hot dog in with my auntie before I start the 21-day challenge. Right. See y'all guys the week after. Bye-bye.
Twist. It's a sexy lady who walks around without being shady, who knows her values, who's gone through trials. Her smiles are captured from mouth to mouth. It's not the size of her thighs she worries about, but the pride she thrives to keep that drive. The cinnamon twist. The cinnamon twist.